And hello everybody, welcome back to Tousi TV. Guys, I am Dan, your host, and today we're going through a very interesting story that's hitting the headlines this morning across the UK, and that is that Labour are split over support for a Heathrow expansion, of course that third runway, and even Sadiq Khan has came out and threatened legal action against Starmer's government. Yes, an action-packed one for you today, and as always we'll be going through it, but please, I would like to remind you to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and get involved in the live chat. We'll be taking some comments on this a little bit later on. If you're watching it on a replay, then of course, get involved in the comment section below. So, as stated, ladies and gentlemen, Rachel Reeves, of course, has put plans to put a controversial third runway at Heathrow Airport, and Labour are currently split over plans to back a hugely controversial decision. The Chancellor is poised to support the expansion of the London airport, a move long opposed by her cabinet colleague Ed Miliband. On Tuesday, Labour mayors of London and Greater Manchester hit out at the plans which one Labour peer described as absolute madness. One of the quotes we've got for you here, guys, is from Sadiq Khan, and it's been said that with plans for a new runway that was supported by the government, I wouldn't hesitate to launch with partners and colleagues another legal challenge. As well as publicly endorsing Heathrow's much proposed plan for a third runway, the government is reportedly set to approve a second runway at Gatwick and an application for Luton Airport to double its capacities. And as stated, cabinet ministers in the past, like Keir Starmer, Mr. Miliband, Steve Reid, the Environment Secretary, have all previously opposed Heathrow's expansion. However, Rachel Reeves said the rising cost of borrowing and the falling value of the pound underlined the need for ministers to go further and faster in search of economic growth. As well as a cabinet clash, the move would set Rachel Reeves on a collision course with climate campaigners who have consistently railed against the third runway. Now, in terms of what Andy Burnham has said, guys, of course, the Labour mayor for Manchester, he has hit out saying it's a model for ever overheating UK economy rather than a more balanced, leveled up economy, which is what we would argue for. Manchester Airport has two runways and it doesn't operate at full capacity. In terms of Sadiq Khan, guys, a spokesman for Khan said that he is a long-standing opposition to the airport expansion around London and linked the negative impact on air quality, noise and London's ability to reach net zero by 2030. Other, obviously, ministers or Labour peers, of course, have hit out over it. Some even saying that it is madness. And even the former shadow minister, Rosina Aline Khan, also came out and said that Heathrow will never go through as it will be stuck in reviews forever. Gatwick could and should be expanded. In terms of what Reeves is set to do, she is apparently going to be going ahead with it anyway to try and get the growth the best way that they can for the economy. And actually on Tuesday, she sidestepped a question about Heathrow's expansion, and she said, "What I would say is that this government is absolutely committed to growing our economy and making this a great place for business to invest and trade in." So again, as you can see there, ladies and gentlemen, a massive split within the Labour Party, and a lot of people not necessarily backing this one as such, and Sadiq Khan hitting the headlines, of course, threatening legal action over this decision. Now, one thing that I would say as well, I mean, it hasn't said what Keir Starmer's public thoughts are on this currently right now in terms of an updated one, but I did actually find a tweet from Starmer from back in 2020, and he actually came out and said this: congratulations to the climate campaigners. There is no more important challenge than the climate emergency. This is why I voted against the Heathrow expansion. As you can see, that tweet was from 2020. of the Prime Minister opposing this. Now, I do believe if the Chancellor is putting these plans ahead, Keir Starmer would obviously maybe have that blessing there, of course, and would support his Chancellor that he's come out so publicly in doing so ever so recently. So, again, a massive split so far within the Labour government, and Sadiq Khan threatening legal action over these decisions. Now, again, I'm not going to say this with Sadiq Khan, and I don't know too much insight into the Labour Party, but it does look like he's starting to be a thorn in the Labour Party's side for, all of the wrong reasons. Now, I'm not any supporter of Labour. I think if you know me and watch me on my other channel, you'll know I am one of the most biggest anti-Labours that there actually is, and I absolutely detest Sadiq Khan and the government in general. Sadiq Khan mostly, of course, as a Londoner. But I do feel that the way that Sadiq Khan is actually operating at this moment in time is causing them problems. Now, Keir Starmer and the Labour government, of course, we've heard David Lammy come out in terms of support for Trump and all these kind of things, and, a bit of a solidarity, at least playing lip service and saying that they want to work with the US and all these kind of things. But the way that Sadiq Khan is operating is trying to cause problems. And again, this was one of the Labour MPs being questioned on GB News before the inauguration after Sadiq Khan's comments on the rise in fascism due to Trump becoming president once again. I'll just show you this clip quickly.
Sadiq Khan, the Labour Mayor of London, suggesting that Trump's inauguration may mark a resurgence of fascism. Is that the right language for the London Mayor to be using in line with UK-US relations?
Good morning, Camilla. It's not the position of the UK government, as you would imagine. Our relationship between the UK and the United States is a long and important one. And I think if we step back from some of the gossip and who said what in the newspapers, I think we should be pretty confident as the United States.
So, yeah, I mean, again, a lot of a Labour MP there, of course, kind of distancing themselves away from Sadiq Khan's comments recently. And this is just the latest clash, if you like. To be fair, it's not just Sadiq Khan that opposes these expansion plans in terms of the airports. There's an inside feud, of course. A lot of ministers are disagreeing with these proposed plans from Rachel Reeves. But again, she is on hot water at this moment in time. And of course, she's trying to do anything possible to try and stop this failing economy, and this is her proposed plans. But guys, do let me know your thoughts on this one in the live chat. I'm going to take some chats from you guys. So do let me know what you're thinking down there below. Let's have a little look here quickly. Let's take some here. Right, let me try. Sorry, I'm going to try and find a chat here quickly. Here we go. So we've got one from I'm Right. Let Khan pay for the lawyers out of his own pocket, and when he loses, kick him out of office. Just out of a question to you guys though, are you guys proposed for these plans? Would you like to see London airports expand? Again, there's the talk of the third runway at Heathrow, the one at Luton in terms of the expansion plans there, and of course at Gatwick. Would you guys be for that? Again, do let me know your thoughts in the comments. Lee Ray says, falling pound caused by Rachel Thieves. Yeah, no, definitely. I mean, the budget completely, what she brought out in October didn't really go according to plan. And there, of course, has been rumours that there could be an emergency budget a little bit later on, or a smaller budget a little bit later on as well. Narwhal says London has like 5 airports. Yeah, so the initial airports themselves, of course, there is a lot of airports within London, but what they want to do, of course, is make more runways and expand them. So I think with Heathrow, they worked it out as being an extra 250,000 flights, so a way to sort of boost the economy. But as sort of Andy Burnham said with regard to Manchester, they do currently have 2 runways, but actually they're not really at full capacity just yet in terms of the Manchester stuff. But this subject solely is currently on Heathrow, and this is where Sadiq Khan, of course, is threatening legal action. Jason Devlin says, Ant Middleton for Mayor of London. Would you be for that or would you be against that? I mean, there's been a lot of talk with regard to Ant Middleton. Would you be for that? I mean, he's is a character that, of course, has spoke very passionately about the subject. Would you be for that or would you be against it? Let me know in the comments. Katie says, they messed up the big budget like everything they do. I mean, I couldn't agree more. They have absolutely messed up the budget, massively so. Ian Daly says, nobody will be coming here soon. They can probably shut 3 airports. Yeah, absolutely. Maybe. Who knows? For it. A lot of people showing their support for Ant Middleton to potentially be the Mayor of London one day. Sorry, just checking these chats. The thing is with Tousi's channel, and it's a credit to all of you guys, is these chats are absolutely rapid. So I'm just trying to read them very, very quickly and then pick a chat, of course, at the same time. So yeah, credit to you guys and thank you for the support so far on Tousi TV. John MB says, surely London has got enough airports already and the south of England. That's very true. I mean, is there a suggestion that, of course... that we already have enough airports? And are they actually operating at full capacity? Again, I think it's just Rachel Reeves' way, but I'm sure these questions will actually come up in Prime Minister's questions a bit later on. To be fair, Prime Minister's questions will probably be flooded with regard to the Southport attack, but there will be some questions about an expansion later on. But as stated, Rachel Reeves recently did sidestep the question, just said that she's all for boosting the economy, and that's all she wants to do at this moment in time. Jelly Tot says, big distraction, another money waste. Some of these comments are funny, but then again, I don't think I can actually put some of the chats on the screen. Otherwise, I think we'd get cancelled. Yeah, we will need. But yeah, guys, I mean, interesting. Wendy Frost says, why bother if we go to carbon zero? There will be no planes and no ships coming and going from the UK, so it'll be another waste of taxes. Yellow says, what a load of tosh. Get rid of Khan and Starmer. And then Katie, a big shout out to Katie, who's a member. She says, boost the economy at the expense of the most vulnerable of society. I mean, there's a lot of hate coming in from Sadiq Khan as well, to be fair. What do you think about it? What are your thoughts on the proposed expansion plans? Would you be for it or would you be against it? I feel like there's a thin line where it's against. If you're against the expansion plans, you're agreeing with Sadiq Khan. I can feel that. You never really want to agree with Sadiq Khan, ever. But yeah, I can understand why it could be a bit of a divisive subject. I mean, there's a lot of Labour MPs currently revolting that decision and do not want it and do not support it. There's a big split in the Labour Party, and yeah, that's their thoughts and opinions on it. Tracy says people are not flying into the UK, they're coming by boats. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Again, just the third live stream. We will get a lot better at this. Thank you for tuning in this morning, should I say. And I am Dan, and we are the media.